What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode here at Ground Zero. And then this one, we're going to start off a little bit different. Here's the bidding of the 07 Mazda 6. And as you can see, I was winning the bid there, and 2800 was the winning bid. So let's get on with this video. Welcome back to a new episode here at Ground Zero, where we buy cars and flip them for a profit. Today's episode, we will be discussing this guy right here. And it is a 2007 Mazda 6 with 130,000 miles. And this thing is pretty much perfect. I don't need to do any mechanical work. Look at the tires. Tires on it are fantastic. Brakes are good. Look at the front tires. Front tires are almost perfect as well. It's got a few little scratches on it. A little bit there, a little bit there. Few dents, few dings. But what's nice is these Mazdas, they always rust out right here on the quarter. I don't know what it is with Mazda, if it was their primer or whatever it was, but this thing literally no rust. So very surprising. Another little dent there, which it's okay. This looks like it's sap, so I'll take that off with some rubbing alcohol that I have over there, isopropyl alcohol. Take off these guys too as well. So the next little thing that I noticed is this guy right here. I mean, you just pull this down, pop it back into place. The headlights look pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna even do anything with those yet. But if we go on to the interior is pretty clean. A little stain on the seat right there, but you know, it's an older car. But regardless of that, look at the floors. Look at the floor. Carpet's super clean. This one's very clean too as well. A little bit here, I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll just clean off pretty quick. But look at the door jambs. Door jambs are all nice on it. The only thing is I'm just gonna do a quick detail because there's a little bit of junk here and there. Probably won't even vacuum it, to be honest. So this one's gonna be a quick video. It doesn't really need that much work at all. So let's get into it. Now that we got that done, just taking off those stickers. Why don't we pop the hood on this thing, or the trunk, see what's in the trunk. Where's the trunk button? Right here. Let's see what's in the trunk, and if there's a spare. Oh, nice. We got some mats in here, and there's the spare. It's always nice to have. Not everybody checks, but some people do. And if they check and the spare isn't there, homina. So, next thing, I'm gonna go grab some of this isopropyl alcohol right here. This is a nice trick to get the sap off. This sap right here comes off easy with this stuff. Go to the dollar store, get this for $1. So that sap in the back, and then this sap right here, we'll take that off. I don't know what that is. So we'll take that off, and then after that, we'll probably end up coming to these tires, to the wheels I mean, and cleaning up the wheels a little bit. So let's clean off this sap, and we can move on to the next thing. You don't need to have a whole lot of this either. What I usually do is put it on there first. Put it on there first. Wait. I don't even think that's sap. It's not sap. Something else. Kind of looked like it was. But regardless. Whatever it was, it took it off pretty good. So, that's done. Let's move on to the one that was in the front over here. This looks like it's the same stuff. Whatever it is. Yeah, it's definitely not sap. Sap doesn't come off this easy. you wouldn't be able to peel it off like that. So once this is done, I'll probably just end up going around cleaning all the windows. Clean all the windows, make it look pretty nice on the outside. So let's go around, clean the windows. This is gonna be a quick detail, quick flip. Not gonna have to put in a lot of work into it, which is always nice. And we'll talk about the numbers towards the end of the video too as well. So set you guys up on a little time lapse. I'm gonna do the windows and then catch you back here in a second. So now that the windows are cleaned up, I think we're gonna do at the end of this video, we'll talk about the numbers as far as what I bought this thing for, what I could list it at, and then we'll talk a little bit of if you wanted to go and find a car for a good deal and flip a car. We'll talk about where you can go to look for them. Number one, how to know if it's a good deal, what to do beforehand before you go and look at the car, stuff like that. So we'll talk about that at the end of this video. But for now, let's finish up this Mazda, and then we'll get to discussing a little bit more of how to find a good deal and what to do as far as that's concerned. So next thing is gonna be this interior. Just gonna do a quick wipe down, and we'll go from there. So the next thing that we're gonna do, these guys, gotta clean them up. So let's get to doing that. Also, that tire looks like it's a tad bit low, but let's get to that one. All four wheels, we'll clean up all four wheels, throw on some tire shine, and then probably end up honestly taking photos of it after. But you can look at the interior, quick detail. You know, even if it doesn't even look like it's dirty, sometimes just going quickly through it took me, say 10 minutes to do. 10 minutes, get it done. Still looks a lot better than what it did before. So that's always a plus. All right, so I'm gonna throw you guys on a time lapse again. We'll get to cleaning these wheels, throw on some tire shine, and then after that, I'll run it back through. I'll probably check the oil too, check the coolant, just to double check. And after that, we'll go outside, take photos, and then we'll get the thing listed up for sale. This is the other one that I did a video on, was this Honda Accord. So this Honda, I actually still need to list it, but I'll get that done today. I took photos of it already. I think I'm gonna retake photos just because it's nicer out now, and it's supposed to start snowing soon. So I'm kind of cutting it close, but it looks pretty good outside. So good lighting. So that thing will look very nice with the photos taken. Because yesterday I took them and it's kind of dark out. But when you take photos, what I usually do is take on different angles, right? So one of them would be like that right there. The other photo would be right about there, give or take, right? Same thing on this side, same on the other side with the back side. Take a photo like that pretty much. And then when you go onto the inside, I usually take the photos something like that. It's kind of hard to do with the phone right now. And then I'll go in the back seat. I'll hop in the back seat and I'll take a photo like that, so they can see the whole entire dash in the front end. And then I'll get into the actual driver's seat itself, turn the car on, and take a photo of the dash so they can see any lights, anything like that. Also, same with tires. I'll go down here, kind of like that. take a photo, just so people can see what's going on with the car. So, enough rambling. Let's get back to this Mazda. Put you guys on time lapse. We'll clean up those tires, throw on some tire shine, and then we'll get on with it. After we threw on some tire shine on it, threw a little bit of air in it. It actually looks low, but they're not. That's 40 PSI. And then this one over here, you can kind of see it. Looks good, looks better. So what I usually use, this guy right here, this is a Pittsburgh tire inflator air compressor from Harbor Freight. And this one is actually pretty good. The only thing that was bad was that this switch broke. So I had to go in there and just solder it together and fix it. But I've had this thing for 2.5 years. So I'll recommend getting one of these. I mean, this thing is pretty durable and it's metal, it's not plastic, it's not gonna break on you. So if you did want to get one, I'll leave a link down below in the description and you go to Harbor Freight and get yourself one of these guys. I think they're like 30 bucks, but right around there. And if you want to get the warranty, that's good too. So there'll be a link down below in the description. But at this point, I'm kind of racing against time because if we go over here, look outside. I don't know if you can see it. It's starting to snow. So let's get this Mazda. Let's get this Mazda outside. Let's get photos of it. And then be able to list it up for sale. So this is how it came out. Pretty quick detail overall. It didn't take very long to do either, which was always a plus. And I didn't even wash it. But outside in these photos right now, it's snowing. You won't be able to tell much of a difference. Also, it's silver too. So let's get this thing pulled outside. Let's go take some photos real quick. I'm gonna need my phone for that, so I can't record it. But let's pull it outside, get those photos done, and we'll be back in a second. Just took photos of it, got it all finished up. And what I might do, because actually outside you could see a little bit, you know, the body was a little bit dirty. I might end up waiting for the snow to calm down. We're supposed to get 6 inches today. So it'll probably be tomorrow or, tomorrow's actually Sunday. Monday or Tuesday, I'll end up taking this to the car wash and then retaking the photos possibly, because I don't have the title for it yet. And obviously I gotta wait for the title in order to sell the car. So, but as of now, the thing is pretty much done. That was a quick flip. So let's get into looking at, let's talk about it. Talk about how we can, like if somebody wanted to buy a car, right, for a good deal, what I would recommend is you go on Facebook Marketplace. Go on Facebook Marketplace, you look for a car on there that would be a decent deal. Also, you could look on Craigslist, but what I would recommend is, you know, if you don't have any knowledge on buying a car, or fixing a car, any problems that could be associated with a car, then I would probably recommend brushing up on a video or learning a little bit as to how you should look at a car when you go and buy one, right? Common things to look for, like driving it, what's making noise, is the transmission shifting good, bring a scanner if you have a scanner. I have a scanner that's from Harbor Freight. I've been using this for years. I mean, I might get a different one sometime soon, something that's a little bit nicer, but pretty expensive. You know, from Harbor Freight, this is 150 bucks. If you got like a Matco or something like that, you're probably $200, and the Matcos are the little tiny guys. So I'd recommend bringing one of these guys with you so you can scan it, because there's a lot of people who are flipping cars out there, and when they flip cars, what they're gonna do is, a lot of the time, right, you're gonna plug this into the OBD2 port, which is right underneath the dash on the driver's side, and they'll go into here and they'll clear the code of the car. So when you go and look at it, oh yeah, it doesn't show there's a check engine light on the dashboard, right, because they cleared it, but you're gonna drive 30 minutes away, 30 miles, 20 miles, whatever it is, until all the monitors regenerate data, right? And it'll end up throwing a check engine light, and now you're stuck with a car that potentially is something that is serious, right? It could be a trans code, or whatever the case may be, right? So back to where to look. I mean, like I said, you go on Facebook. What I usually do is, if I ever look for anything, I just type in like need gone or needs transmission, and then figure out price as far as how much you can get transmission for, blah, blah, blah. The other thing is, usually when a car is posted, that's a good deal. It's usually sold in 30 minutes. There'll be a decent amount of people that will message. And like I said, probably 30 minutes to an hour is usually when the car is gonna be sold. So if you're looking for, you wanna buy a car for a good deal, it's on Marketplace, you gotta be on it. Gotta be on your game, always looking for cars. Because like I said, once they come up, they're gone. So the next thing that you can do, let me pull this up real quick. What I have is a Manheim account. So on Manheim, I'm just gonna do that. On Manheim right here, say you put in the VIN, let's say this Mazda, right, that we just did. That's the VIN for the Mazda. This is the VIN for the Mazda, right? So if you put in 130,000 miles, adjusted MMR, which is this guy right here. Adjusted MMR is right here. It's 2025. And what I usually do is I just go on auto check and look at it. The historical events are 32, that's registration, repairs, stuff like that. Number of accidents, 0, 2 owners. And then if you go down to here, you'll see major state title brand check, that's okay, it's clean title. Accident check, it's okay, meaning no accidents. Damage check, similar, right? No damage that was reported by a third party. You could read through that and you tap the more info side of it. So usually what I'll do is go through all that just to make sure that the car is fairly good as far as the title is concerned. Pretty much checking if it's rebuilt title or structural damage, accidents, stuff like that. So you pretty much seen the process as to how you're gonna buy a car, pretty much as what you have to do to clean it, to get it ready for sale. This one unfortunately didn't have any serious mechanical work that I needed to do, which is good. I'm okay with that. I'd rather have a car that has no mechanical work, because then it's just quick. It's quick and simple. So, not always, that always won't happen. If you look at this Honda Civic right here, that needed a wheel bearing, needed an alternator. What else did I do on it? Wheel bearing, alternator. I feel like it needed something else too. But besides that, so that needed mechanical work, right? And then if you look over here, that Jeep that's tucked in the back over there, that needed struts. So I had a mechanic do the struts because I started doing it and the bolts were seized and I couldn't get it off. I don't have a whole lot of tools, so I just decided to bring it over there, and then I had him fix a little coolant leak too on it. That Honda Accord barely needed anything. There's a video up on the channel that you saw for that as well. So, but this Mazda right here, I mean, MMR was $2,025 on it, and I ended up buying it for $2,200 was the winning bid, and that was from Odessa. I think the total was like, I'd have to relook at it again just to double check. But it was like $2,400 or $2,500. It was 25 and some change. So at the end of the day, with all expenses, probably gonna be $2,700, give or take, right? And I'm gonna list it up at 42. I might list it up high because right now the market is it's kind of crazy. Not a lot of cars for sale out there, so people are going around shopping, doing a little bit more in depth, but they're trying to find a car that's really clean. So this thing's really clean, and these Mazdas always rust on the quarters, so that's a plus. So what I'm thinking about doing is just listing at $4,500. My cost will be $2,700 that I have in it. So if I could clear, $1,700 to $1,900 on it with, you saw here, it was probably an hour worth of work. maybe an hour and a half. So I'll make close to $2,000 with 30 minutes, you know, but that doesn't count looking at the cars on ADESA, at the auction, which is ADESA, going there, looking at the cars, driving back, driving there to look at them, right? Looking at them prior to see which ones to put on my list to go and look at when I'm there. So, you know, at the end of the day, there's more time tied up in it, and same with this Audi, right? Because I bought them together at the same sale. But there's more time involved, but, you know, actually working on it physically, and then also, you know, transporting it too. Transporting it's 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, so then you got it 40 minutes. So you start thinking about it, everything starts adding up pretty quick. And if you're doing this all by yourself, fixing everything, buying them, you know, it's a lot of work, you know, and you're gonna be busy. And that's not even mentioning, you know, talking to sellers or talking to people who are interested in buying it. If they're interested in buying the car, then you got people who are flaking on you, which is they're not showing up. They're gonna say that they're gonna be here at a certain time, they don't show up, and then you're waiting. Somebody else messages you, they show up. They're like, I don't like this car at all, I wanna leave. They're not interested in it. Then you have other people that just come and they're like, oh, I love this car, I'll buy it right now. What's the total price? And they're gone. They buy the car and it's a done deal. So it's
Please
sales, though.
just
So
give me a
everything
like
takes
sub if you
time.
like this video.
At
I'm
the
still
end of the
trying
day, it's
to
still worth it.
organize everything
You
a
know,
little
there's
bit
a lot of
better.
headaches,
But yeah, if you could give me a like, hit the
always
like
fun.
button
I think
for
you
me.
could always drive
And
new
if you
cars.
want, subscribe down below, and you'll be
So,
able to see
I think
that
at the end of the day, this is
GTI
gonna wrap up
will be
this
in
video
one of the next
on
videos,
that Mazda
and same
right
with this
there.
Audi will be in one of the next
And
videos. And I also have a Mazda
wait for the title.
CX-9
Once I get the title for
that
it, then I'll
will
be
be
listing
another
it for
whole
sale.
video itself, and that one's a little
then
bit
hopefully
different.
it'll
That'll
be
be a
sold pretty
wholesale.
quick,
So with that being said, thank you
After
guys
that one,
for watching.
we're gonna work on
And
this Mazda,
see you next
this
time.
Audi right here that I have this resting on. So we'll work on this Audi. I actually have my detailer right now coming to start working on it for me, start cleaning it. When he's cleaning it, I'm gonna be taking those wheels and cleaning those wheels, the plastic up off of it. So enough talk with that. This is gonna end this video. Thank you everybody for watching the video.